This session is an introductory session to the subject entrepreneurship development. The topic which will be covered in this session is Introduction to Entrepreneurship and meaning and definition of entrepreneur, characteristics of an entrepreneur, qualities of a successful entrepreneur, and we shall also take some classic examples of top entrepreneurs of India. Introduction. The center of any economic or business activity is an entrepreneur. A new product or a service is no doubtly launched and motivated by consumer needs, but who takes the initiative? It is an individual, that is, a businessman who takes an initiative, designs a product, promotes and places it in the market. And the one who does it is an entrepreneur himself. It is in this thirst of knowledge and information and looking for profit an entrepreneur gives or launches a new product. Sometimes he sets a new trends which are a role model for others to follow. So they play a role of a trendsetter as well. The development, prosperity, lifestyle of an economy is basically a brainchild of an entrepreneur belonging to the same community of business. The word entrepreneur is derived from the French word entreprendre, which means to undertake. That is, the person who has creative talents takes initiative to start a business, assembles necessary resources, introduces in the market something new and useful in the form of products or services, and ultimately he or she is rewarded with profit or loss for the risk they undertake. In simple terms, it can be said as a person who undertakes business activities is termed as an entrepreneur. There are few economists who are classical, such as Adam Smith, Alfred Marshall. They never use the word entrepreneur. Instead, they have used the words like employer, undertaker, or merchant. The first person who introduced the term entrepreneur is an Irish economist, Richard Cantillon, in the 18th century. Let's discuss few popular definition of entrepreneur. According to Richard Cantillon, an agent who buys factors of production at certain prices in order to combine them into a product with a view to reselling it in certain price for future is referred as an entrepreneur. The factors of productions include land, labor, and capital. An entrepreneur buys them, assembles them, and creates a product and sells it for a profit. According to Joseph, a person who introduces innovative changes is termed to be an entrepreneur and is an integral part of economic growth. So the word entrepreneur, though it is derived from French language, which means one who undertakes, that is, the French word is entreprendre, and operates a new venture and assumes some accountability for the risk. Being in business or being an entrepreneur is about taking risk and facing all the challenges. Entrepreneurs build companies that are specifically crafted to exploit a particular opportunity. This gives them an advantage over older companies that were designed in response to challenges of the past and must change to adapt to today's requirement. Entrepreneur can build new companies. They can also rejuvenate existing companies. They can also build new companies inside existing companies. That is, they can create some sub branches or they can focus on SBUs, that is, strategic business units. So these are the definitions given where they consider an individual as an entrepreneur because he undertakes risk, he brings the factors of production and sells them to the market, where it leads to prosperity of both individual growth, collective growth of a society, and the economy at large. Now, what makes an entrepreneur? We should discuss certain characteristics of an entrepreneur. As we mentioned, entrepreneur is a creative thinker, innovator, risk taker, and self-motivated individuals who creates jobs not only for himself or herself, but also generates job for many others. In the process, he or she solves problems, adds values, and seeks excellence. An entrepreneur is a highly goal-oriented, enthusiastic, and energetic individual. A good entrepreneur will possess certain key characteristics. Entrepreneurs are action oriented, highly motivated, and ready to take risk at all levels to achieve the goals. They are both thinkers and doers, planners and workers. Entrepreneurs tend to be good at networking. They benefit from being member of organization where they can learn best practice ideas from others. They are self-confident, dedicated and self-disciplined. Entrepreneurs are able to generate ideas either for new products, services, or new ways of applying them. They are capable of researching and evaluating each aspect of the business from development through finance, production to marketing and sales. They focus on results that ensure products are sold for a profit. They are great visionaries, intelligent, imaginative, and self directed. They accept responsibilities with enthusiasm. Let's take some examples of successful Indian entrepreneurs. You see in the image first Lakshmi Mittal, Indian steel magnate. Lakshmi Nivas Mittal is an Indian entrepreneur and the chairperson and CEO of the world's largest steel making company. Dhirubhai Ambani, founder chairman of Reliance Industries Limited. Next, Ratan Tata, former chairperson of Tata Group. N.R. Narayan Murthy, co-founder of Infosys. NR stands for Nagavara Ramarao Narayan Murthy. Founder chairperson of HCL Infosystem is Shiv Nadar. Azim Premji, former chairman of Wipro Industries. Adi Godrej, chairman of the Godrej Group. Adar Poonawalla is an Indian entrepreneur and the chief executive officer of Serum Institute of India. Dr. Devish Prasad Shetty, Indian cardiac surgeon, entrepreneur, and chairperson and founder of Narayana Health Hospitals. Hence, research studies convey that in a globally competitive world, entrepreneurs, particularly young entrepreneurs, should possess high talents, technical competence, creativity, leadership skills, self confidence, commitment, ethical values, and vision for growth. Such qualities and characteristics of an entrepreneur will make them to be successful and contribute tremendously to the growth of nation and the world. So in this introductory session, you would have understood about who is an entrepreneur and who are those successful people and how did they become? What are the characteristics required to be an entrepreneur? Hope this session would have helped you to learn the introductory aspect of entrepreneurship development.